Hello and welcome to the right angle. It's a moonlit night, and today I'd like to give a little talk, not about any topic in a syllabus, but just something interesting, something to do with numbers, a little bit of history, really old history, prehistory. That part of history which existed before there were written records, that's called prehistory. Okay, what's all this mystery about? We are going to discuss the moon and how moon has influenced the way we keep track of time. And I got much of this information from this nice little book, and it's called How Long is a Piece of String? You don't have to get it because there are several interesting chapters there which are not strictly topics in mathematics. However, they are describing various real situations and how to analyze them through numbers and some little parts of mathematics. Many of them are quite interesting, and maybe we shall see some of them in the future. But for now, back to the moon. You see, the ancients, before there were clocks, let alone mobile phones and wristwatches, they wanted to keep track of time. Of course, every day they knew that a day had gone, turned into night, and then a new day had begun. But what about the days? They noticed the moon. When the moon is full, like tonight, that was a full moon. And they noticed that it took around 14 days, 14 days, little over 14 days actually, for the full moon to disappear completely, and it's the no moon or the new moon. And the new moon starts forming and starts becoming visible from the next night onwards. And from the full moon to another full moon was about 29 days. It's a little more than 29 days. And they could sense over a period of time and generations that this 29 days seemed like a unit of time. And in fact, the word month comes from the moon. And this, they notice that the seasons change roughly around every 12 moons. So that's how we got a year. Around 12 moons, a little more of course. And it is not exact. These numbers are not exact. And then what the ancients figured out is this 12 moons making up a year. It created a lot of problems, and eventually we reached our state where we have 12 months in a year with 365 days. But that's another story. And even this is not exact. We'd have to adjust it every 4 years by adding one extra day in the leap year. You know that. But did you know that even that leap year doesn't make it exact, and there's yet another adjustment that is needed? Do you know about it? Well, we might discuss it some other time. Anyway, coming back to the moon. So, every 28, 29 days, the whole cycle of the moon repeats. And this happens 12 times in a year, and this 12 is also a very special number. Well, what is special about it? It is one of those smaller numbers which is divisible by 2, by 3, by 4, by 6. Not many numbers are divisible by so many different other numbers. And this is convenient. It's very convenient because it is easy and good for measuring and sharing, because you can divide 12 into 4 parts. So that's a quarter. It is used in accounting and in planning, in companies and governments and so on. It can be divided into 2 as half years, or 2 months at a time, and so on. So that's a really good thing. All this has been explained in this book. How long is a piece of string? By the way, this question itself is quite interesting. The answer is not as easy as you think it is. But that's again another mystery. And finally, this number 12 is the reason why the clock has been divided it into 12 hours, and so you have hours 1, 2, 3 onwards till 12, and not some other strange number. Also the zodiac, and so on. In geometry as well, if you draw a circle, it's very easy to divide that circle into 12 equal sectors. But again, that's another time. So I'm leaving quite a few mysteries for another time. That's just so that you get some time to think and wonder about it.